Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Your actions should reflect who you are. Yeah, let me drop this. Hey, check it out, right? Your actions should reflect who you are. Just gotta put my clock right. Your actions should reflect who you are. And I'm gonna use the word should, because look, here's a big problem out here. You have many men who talk a good game. They talk. I mean, and that's the easiest thing, especially on social media, on videos. They could be live and they're saying, yeah, they doing this or that. And even before social media, out in the streets, you always get that guy, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You know, I'm this, I'm that. You know, nowadays people say, well, I'm that high value man. You know, I'm that alpha male. Even I'm that select man. Okay. You know, I ain't putting up with this crap. I'm doing this. I'm the master of my domain. Like, here's an example. Like, you get a guy, he'll say, yeah, I'm the boss of my household. I'm running everything. I'm the man. But then when you see him with his woman, it's like, yes, dear. And they walking behind her. She's walking ahead of him. He's walking behind. You know, he quiet. She just dominating the conversation. I said, well, I thought you said you were an alpha male and all of that. You know, seriously, and this is a real thing. Look, I'm gonna tell you something now. An old saying, and it's still apropos for these days. Actions speak louder than words. Anybody can say anything because it's the freest thing to do. Anybody can cap. Anybody can do it. What do your actions say about you? You know, what do your actions? Like, let me give a story. You know, I got a ton of stories, right? I remember when I was working in this gym. It was a hotel gym. There was an incident where one of the guests pretty much harassed one of our workers, a female worker and stuff. Now, I remember we were on guard. We were waiting for him. In fact, there was one time the woman's husband, the young lady's husband, came up there and stayed with her the whole day because he was ready to fuck some shit up. And everything. Nothing happened. But I remember we had this dude, and this dude was supposedly like this, you know, he called himself a former skinhead and all of that, and talking about how tough he was and all of that, right? Yeah, he whipped some ass. All right. So when this harasser came back, this dude acted like a punk. All the rest of us were ready to go to that dude's jaw, even lose our jobs. He was acting like a punk. I was like, well, hold up. You were talking about how tough you were and everything. But yet when it came time for you to confront someone, you standing back, acting scared. I hope he sees this. Because I was like, hold up, you talking how tough you are and all that. But when it came time for you to be tough, you act like a little mouse. His actions didn't match his words. And see, as a man, your actions got to speak for you. Your actions, you shouldn't even need to say anything. It was like somebody, an elder told me back in the day. Now, this was when Michael Jordan was still in college. And, you know, they had just won a championship and everything. And I remember what this elder said. He said, you know, if you're good at something, you don't have to tell anybody. Nobody has to tell. Michael Jordan doesn't have to tell anybody he's good at basketball. And he was still a freshman in college, but he had hit the winning shot in the championship, college championship game against Georgetown. You could already see he was going to be a great player as a freshman and everything. And he said that. He said, like, if you like playing pickup or something, a dude don't have to tell anybody whether he's good. People gonna look at him and say, oh, okay, he's good, his actions. And especially when he get out on the court. In fact, you get some guys, they'll try to downplay it. They'll say, oh, no, I ain't all that. But then when they taking action, they doing something. You know, your actions should speak for who you are. They represent you. Because let's just be real. You can say anything, but look, we're in the age of cap. People lying about whatever. And that's just a part of it. You know, I've talked about like people wearing masks, people lying about who they are and everything. What do their actions say? You know, you can get somebody go on a job, like they go on a job interview and they'll say, oh, I'm a great worker and I do all of this. But then you see them on the job and they ain't doing crap. They ain't doing crap. They lazy as hell and stuff. I mean, I've seen it. I mentioned before on one of my channels about this dude I was doing. I had invited him along to help me with some vending because I thought, you know, all the trash, all the stuff he talked, I thought, oh yeah, he'll be great. He ain't do anything. I was like, what the, you know? When you going as a man, it's about action. Like action, being active. In fact, that's masculine energy is active. Feminine energy is passive. You know, they just want to sit back and chill. You give the average woman have a druther, she can just sit back and chill. That's just their nature. But the man has to take action. A man has to take action. If he gives his word on something or say he's going to do something, he has to do something. And it should reflect. It should reflect in how he walks, how he holds his head, how he just jumps into a situation. You know, I've talked about the house of the man. One of it is the warrior. The warrior ain't that, a true warrior ain't that guy saying, yeah, I'll whip that ass, I'll do this or that. In fact, the true warrior might be sitting back, he's quiet, he's unassuming, and he's not gonna look like an action hero. He ain't gonna look like that 6'2" muscular action hero. He's just gonna be an ordinary guy, except when shit hits the fan. That's the guy who jumps up without hesitation. That's that guy when there's a fire, everybody's running away from it. He's running towards it because he's saying, wait, there's some people in there. I got to do something. That's just the nature of man. That's why you get some guys, and you know what, even in that thing called game and stuff, people say, well, you got to have his mouthpiece and stuff. Yet women will go crazy over that quiet guy, but who takes action when he handles his business. This is very, very important. This is very important for every man. You know, you can't sit on your butt. And I've said this, and I don't care who gets mad when I say this. That's one issue I have with panels on YouTube. That's a major issue. That's why you notice I rarely get on a panel. And only time I go on someone's show, they invite me and they tell me weeks in advance. Here's the reason why. I don't like sitting around talking about the problems. Everything I'm doing on this channel is to solve a problem. What am I telling you? And it goes beyond a man gets a woman. Because I've publicly said several times, if you think about it, it's actually easy. But I say, look, you're trying to be a sovereign man. You know, it's not going to be handed to you, the solution. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? I remember there was a very dear friend of mine. She was a Latina and stuff. Very dear friend, went back to college and everything, right? I remember we were talking about the problems in the black community because we could have those honest conversations, right? We were talking about the problems in the black community. And I'll never forget what she said to me. And she said it with such conviction and belief. It sticks with me to this day. She said, what are you going to do about it? And she wasn't talking about all the people and everything as a group. What am I? Because she knew who I was. She seen my actions just knowing me. She knew I was that type. I just didn't sit back. So what are you going to do about it? And you know, one of my things is just creating better men, doing what I can to assist a man to be better. Because once a man stands up, once a man is better with his life, that has an impact on his entire everything he touches, from his family to his neighborhood, whatever. Like if you get a group of men who stand up, they don't have to call the police for anything in their neighborhood. They keeping a watch. They keeping a watch. You do got some communities in America, a lot of small towns, maybe some neighborhoods that have, you know, they have a way in and out, but the men are taking action. They don't need a po-po. You know, that's what it's supposed to be about. If a man wants something, he ain't waiting for someone to hand him stuff. He's just going to go do it. He's about that action, you know, and your actions got to speak for you. Now, it's cool you let people know. Hey, honestly, it's cool. You can let people know, say, well, I can do this and this. Okay, so does your actions reflect that? How do you move? How do you do stuff? You know, because it's easy to talk. That's the easiest thing on the planet. And with social media and everything, you don't even have to talk. You can just type. You can type whatever. Okay, so what do people want to say when they see you in public? I want y'all to think about that. I want y'all to think about that as men. Do your actions reflect who you are? And you know, I don't like using the word should, but I'm going to use the word should here. Your actions should. There's no excuse. There's no way there should be an incongruence between what you say and what you do. You got to take action. And let me be clear, it's not even about getting women. That's whatever. Like I said, that's easy. It's about you creating your life. All right. So anyway, that's all I got for today. Get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.